defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector, shortened it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott, living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow, with a blind who's a 10. Pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul, so fly out to walk in any spot, every we soaking from a time when was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shocked them like real prop. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
DNA of King James, kin of St. Michael. Polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a stop in Frisk, New York. At 20, I said I better quit by 30 than by 30. I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard to live. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody there. The definition of my name probably started where I rode the E-Train, fingers covered in ink stains.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for... touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Regular 180.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Real. Good check. 20 right. 20. Regular. Up.
Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop. Because you see the net result here. If you're going to finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Yeah, they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
No gain on the play. And that will bring up second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 14-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Here's Sanders. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
That's the score. Browns 7. Buccaneers 0.
Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Alert, alert.
And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. His first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
2nd and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. 180. Run, run, run. What's that?
Throwing, Mayfield. Open man is Ibuka. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Regular, regular, regular. Done.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try to pick it up himself. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Hey, alert 33.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jalen McMillan from 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Cougar 19. Ready, ready?
On the ground, it's Ford. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw now, here's Sanders. He's to the 15. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a 1st down.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Good. 180. Alert, 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 alert.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. A passing down here, 5 receivers on the field as they look at a 2nd and 8.
alert! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's up?
Here's Mayfield. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Real. 180! Run. What's up?
Now Mayfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Real.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Brings up 2nd and 3.
What's up?
42-yard line.
Baker's going to give it to Irvin. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Good. 180! Kings! What's up?
To throw, Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First down.
Hey, alert 33!
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Done.
Mayfield now from the 50. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Regular. Good. 180! Up. Hey, alert! Done.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 39.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, it's sick. Alert! Pistol.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Play fake. Mayfield. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them, that's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Yes. 180. What's that?
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4th.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Good. 220. What's that?
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans. 54 yards. And the Bucs take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strengths.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Let's go now. 60.
Again, they turn to Ford. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. They'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Finally, this defense makes a stand. They've given up touchdowns in their first 2 drives, but here they said, we've got to put a stop to that. Good coverage there to force a punting situation and a 4th down.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. He's got him in. That's Bond. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Here we go.
To throw is Sanders. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Setting up a screen for Jenkins. And some space here. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. 23 yards the pickup there.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Sanders. And he will find his man on the outside. And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Throwing, Sanders toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Sanders to throw. And not enough on the throw that time, as that one is incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
They'll go. Here's Sanders. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
20!
Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
180! Hey, alert, 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 alert! Stop!
Mayfield now. This is caught by Evans. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the half, Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Cowboy 80.
Play action. It's Sanders. That's complete. Right side, it's Bond. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
There you go. 70, Timberwolves. Cut 19.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll try and throw for it here. He'll try to do it himself. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on.
To throw again, here's Sanders. This is the tight end, the Joker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
On first down, here's Jenkins. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
70.
Here's Sanders. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Yaya Diaby. He's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
And it's third down. Third and long.
65 catch. Go.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. And that is incomplete. But pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
He'll try to do it himself. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And just shutting him off there. And the Bucs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Intercepted. It's a turnover on downs.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Ervin. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Browns' 44-yard line.
Run. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Mayfield. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
King. Point it right. Regular. Done.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Now Sanders. That's going to be caught by Judy.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Timberwolf. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. A run up the middle with Irving. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Once again, it's Irving. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, they go with Irving. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Alert, alert! 180!
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Cade Otton, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
The Browns drive about to get started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
That's good for Browns. First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They run with 4. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Sanders. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A gain of 14. And the Browns first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 41. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
180! Real. Done!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
18, Rodley, 18,
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, that's Bond. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Okay, ready?
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Reload. 18 Cardinal. 8.
This is Ford.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here comes 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mayfield.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Complete to Chris Godwin.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
Mayfield to throw. This one taken in by Otten.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
Gain of 18. Complete to Cade Otten. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Baker.
huge play at this point in the game. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and they take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
From the gun, it's Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bucs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
This ball intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say... One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchdown. Back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
That's out to the flat for Swift. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Vegas! Yes!
To the air, Williams. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jobe. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Off of play action, Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 25 yards that time.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
Charbonnet will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 4-yard line.
Charbonnet will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from a yard out. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bears nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Williams. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's Williams. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
From the gun, here's Williams. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. After the interception, here's Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. This is Walker. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Darnold. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. A give for Walker running right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. Walker once more. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on fourth and goal. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Down the sideline he goes. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll go play action here with Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
He'll try to do it himself. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw, Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. On his horse. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Kenneth Walker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Bears nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. A final shot before break. Williams. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, before to start the second half with the onside kick. Risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
What is it? Blue.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
To throw, it's Williams. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Vegas!
They're going to try and throw. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Colston Loveland, 66 yards. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Williams going to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
27, Bears 6.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Bears 6. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. And getting this just shy of midfield and spotted at the 49.
And the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 49.
To the air, Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. To the air once more, Williams. Pass complete to Loveland. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Williams looking to do it himself. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in, In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll look to throw again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A tackle made by Boye Mafe. Here's a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Throwing is Williams. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Rome Odunze, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
34. Bears 14. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. To about the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Darnold from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Darnold. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
A loss of 9 yards. It's 2nd down.
Now Darnold wants to change it up. He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Here's Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What's up?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Burton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you.
That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown Bears. From 19 yards away. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now they're going to fake it. He's got it at the 10. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Darnold. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
Running right, here's Walker. He's got it to the 43 here. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Darnold now to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Vegas!
Working out of the gun, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, though?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains, wear down the clock, and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. To the air, Williams. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Here we go, 1st and goal.
32.
Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. And that should just about do it.
good. Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the counter, it's Walker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Darnold now to throw. He finds Smith-Njigba. Down the left sideline. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
42.
And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
And the Bears first down.
Throwing is Williams. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yep, one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now it's Darnold. That is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance. No timeout. You got to go quick here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary.
That's good.
They'll look to throw. Williams looking to do it himself. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's more.
But how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Back to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd
Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him.